Hello everyone. Now today we talk about bronze vessel inscription in the Zhou Dynasty. The Shang Dynasty was conquered by the people of Zhou, who come from further up the Yellow River in the area of the Xi'an in the Shanxi province. In the first year of the Zhou Dynasty, known as the Western Zhou, the ruling house of Zhou exercised a certain degree of imperial power over most of the central China. With the moving of the capital to Luoyang in 770 BC. However, the power of Zhou ruler declined and the country divided into a number of nearly autonomous feudal states with nominal origin to the emperor. This uncertainty as to when Michelangelo began in China. The area of the Shang and Zhou dynasty is generally known as the Bronze Age of China. Because bronze and ore of the copper and tin used in fishing weapons, part of chariots, and ritual vessels played an important role in the material culture of the time. The ritual bronze vessel of the earliest Western Zhou continued the late Anyang tradition. Many were made by the same craftsmen and by the descendants. Even in the pre-dynastic Zhou period, of the abundant Chinese ritual bronze vessel artifact extant today, about 12,000 have inscriptions. For the early Western Zhou to the early Warring States period, the bulk of the writing which has been unearthed has been in the form of bronze vessel inscription. As a result, it's common to refer to the variety of script of this period as bronze script, or we also call C, Jinwen in Chinese. They have been practically unearthed even since their creation and have been systematically collected and studied since at least the Han Dynasty. According to historical record of the Han Dynasty, Chinese earliest scholar of bronze vessel inscription was Zhang Chang in the early Han Dynasty. Early bronze vessel inscriptions were almost always cast. The writing was done with a strategy in the weight claim of the paper model from which the bronze vessel was then cast. Related inscriptions were often engraved after the bronze vessel was cast. The bronze vessel inscriptions are one of the earliest script in the Chinese family of script. In fact, it exists and sometimes as an urban document. The bronze vessel inscriptions of the Shang era are generally cast. The bronze vessel inscriptions of the Western Zhou period are engraved and some are cast. And the bronze vessel inscriptions of the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period are generally engraved. There is always basic common sense. The picture is inscription on the outward on the bronzeware as follows. For example, you can see this picture. This one. Now, regarding the casting process of the bronze vessel inscription. The Qin Gongdun in the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period was a very famous bronze vessel in Qin at that time. Its inscription does not use engraved or casting techniques. The method used is first cast a few fixed phrases and common terms. To connect them phrases and common terms to form a completed inscription. Obviously, this should be regarded as the ancestor of the Asian Chinese movable typical printing technology. Look at this one. Is Qin Gongdun's inscription. Founded in Anyang, Henan province, instead of casting bronze character from the Shang Dynasty, an inscription active casting model was unearthed from this location. This provides that the movable typical printing technology appeared in the casting period of the bronze vessel inscription in the Shang Dynasty. Next, look at this one. This movable type of printing technology. Movable printing technology. This one. We can change the other one. You can go. You want this inscription or the other character, other word. Now, introduction of the engraving period of bronze vessel inscription. As you know, in the Neolithic period pottery, there have been a large number of carving of primitive characters and potteries. In the early Shang Dynasty, bronze vessels, because they were not shaped metal tools, the possibility of using engraving technique was very slim. However, in the Western Zhou Dynasty, engraving began to appear in large number. After the appraise of ware in the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period, it provided a good technical guarantee for the improvement of the bronze vessel inscription technology. The photo of the bronze carving knife in the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period as follows. This knife 1 and knife 2, so use this knife to engrave the character inscription on the bronze vessel. The photo below is comprehension between the use of the engraving character for the bronze vessel inscription and the use of the cast character for the bronze vessel inscription. You can see these two categories. Look, this one is casting inscription, this casting. The next one is engraving. It's very different. Casting and engraving. Engraved. The location of the inscription is generally on the width of the outwheel of the bronze. The width of the inner wheel of the bronze, the bottom inside the bronze, the bottom outside the bronze, the foot of the bronze, the ear or the handle of the bronze, the mouth of the bronze, and the cover of the bronze. This is the most common. See the follow below for detail. And first one, on the width of the outward of the bronze. The most famous bronze of this type are as follows. It is 周阳阁. Look at this one. This 周阳阁. And here is inscription. It's very famous. 周阳阁. The next one is 宗周钟. Bell. This bell. Her name is 宗周钟. This bell. His inscription is here. Is inscription. The next one is a famous bronze vessel. 13年星壶. Look at this one. This so-called 壶. 壶. This inscription. Here is inscription. 13年星壶. Number 2. On the waist of the inner wheel of the bronze, the famous bronze of this type are as follows. It was 魏鼎, so-called 鼎. Here, inner wheel inscription. This very famous. Next one, 3. On the bottom, inside the bronze, the most famous bronze of this type are as follows. It is 散氏盘. Look at this one. 散氏盘. Inside, bottom of inside. 散氏盘. And next one is 妥公须, and so on. This we call 须. In bottom inside inscription. 妥公须. Number 4. On the bottom, outside the bronze, the most famous bronze of this type are as follows. It is 国硕父府. We call this 府, and in here is inscription. Look at this one. Inscription. 国硕父府. Look like ice cream. I spoke. Look like ice box. And 5. On the ear or handle of the bronze, the most famous bronze of this type are as follows. It is 心甲. Handle or ear. This bronze vessel we call 甲. This 心甲. 心甲甲. Next one, 6. On the mouth of the bronze, the most famous bronze of this type are as follows. It is 微薄利. We call this bronze vessel is 利, and the mouth bronze vessel. On the mouth have a lot of bronze vessel. 微薄利. 7. On the foot of the bronze, the most famous bronze of this type are as follows. It was 傅以孤. Now this one, we call this bronze vessel is 孤, and in the here, look at this one. Bronze vessel inscription here. Just 傅以孤. Last one, on the cover of the bronze, the most famous bronze of this type as follows. It is 宰寿鬼. Look at this one. We call this bronze vessel is 鬼. The inscription on its cover. Look at this one. We call this cover. Here have inscription. Cover. Okay, this one. The casting position of the Yin Dynasty bronze inscription generally appear on the feet or the outer bottom or the inner bottom or the mouth of the bronze vessel. However, in the Western Zhou Dynasty, with the change in the meaning and value of the inscription, the place where the inscription was casting appear visible. It's easy to see, to watch. For example, This is very easy to watch. This now is difficult. It's easy to watch. This one or this one, or this one is easy. But it all in the wall. Starting in the spring and autumn period, the writing in each reign generally evolved in different decorations, such that the script style in the warring states of Chu, Qin, and the eastern region, for example, were remarkably divergent. In the Western Zhou Dynasty, there are still some flexibility in the writing of the bronze character. For example, the upper and the lower composition or the left or and right composition of some character are interchanged, but there is a trend that has become more apparent. This is the graphics of the text began to become solidly uniform in its structure, size, and arrangement. In addition, the artistic text script also emerged in the late spring and autumn to early warring states, such as bird-worm script, 鸟虫书 in Chinese, also called bird cell script, 鸟传 in Chinese, and so on. As time went by, the inscription tended to grow in length, from only 1 to 6 or so characters for the earliest Shang example, to 40 or so characters in the longest late Shang case, the frequently 100 or more on Zhou Dynasty bronze vessel, with the longest up to the around 500. It's very longest, 500. So please see the comparison between the long bronze vessel inscription and the short bronze vessel inscription. For example, very longer, Mao Gong Ding is almost 500. And then, 系子孙傅仪鼎, this is only one word, only one vocabulary, only one. The bronze vessel inscription of the Western Zhou Dynasty basically followed the Shang. In other words, the form of the early Western Zhou period is similar to the form of the bronze vessel of the Shang Dynasty, especially in the text of the claim name. There is no obviously difference between the bronze vessel inscription of the Shang Dynasty and the Western Zhou Dynasty. In general, character on Asian Chinese bronze vessel inscription were arranged in vertical claims, writing top to bottom, from right to left, or from left to right, from up to lower, or left to right, or right to left. Both writing sequences existed at that time. As in the Ergebon script, character could be written facing left or right, turned 90 degrees, and sometimes even flipped vertically, and generally with no change in meaning. A few Shang inscriptions has been found which were brush writing on pottery, stone, jade, or bronze artifact. There were also some bronze engraving on no divination matters writing in a complex, highly photographic style and structure and style of the bronze vessel inscription inconsistent with there. The inscriptions are almost all cast as opposite to engraved and are relatively short and simple. The inscriptions are typically excavated in a script of the highly pictographic flavor. Some were mainly to identify the name of the claim or other name, where typical inscription includes the marker claim name and the posthumous title of the ancestor who is commemorated by the making and use of the vessel. Also, most are not pictographic in faction. The early Western Zhou bronze vessel inscription have been described as more pictographic in flavor than those of subsequent period. During the Western Zhou, many graphs began to show signs of simplification and linearization. The changing of the rounded element into square ones, solid elements, and into short lean segment and sink, variable weight length into thin one of the uniform weight, with the result being a decrease in pictographic quality. During the Zhou Dynasty, the number of the bronze ritual vessels with inscription increased exponentially. The Zhou bronze vessel inscription extended to hundreds of the characters. The intent mainly included eulogy of the Zhou ancestor and king as well as historical record, which help us to fill significant gaps in all knowledge of Chinese history from late Shang through the Western Zhou Dynasty. From the outside of the Zhou rule, the vessel increasingly came to serve as vehicles for inscription that were cast to record events and report them to ancestor spirit. The bronze vessel of the Eastern Zhou period after 771 BC showed signs of a gradual renaissance in the Crefeld and March regional variation, which appeared even more complex as more Eastern Zhou sites are unearthed. The long period of the Bronze Age in China, which began around 2000 BC, saw the growth of the maturity of the civilization. In the early stage of this development, the process of the urbanization were accomplishing each other with the establishment of the social order in China. The mechanism that general social cohesion and at a later stage statecraft was realization. As most of the paraphernalia for early ritual were made in bronze, and as ritual carried such an important social function, it is perhaps possible to read into the form and decoration of those objects some of the central concept of the society that produced them. Bronze vessels have highly portrayed emblems character, also known as claim emblems, and typical Shang Dynasty bronze image. They also appeared on bronze vessels from the Zhou Dynasty medium's term, as well as bronze vessels from the late Zhou Dynasty to the Qin, Han, and later period such as Tao Tie image. Perhaps the title of the family emblems has not been fully recognized in the academic world, because whether it has the meaning of the religion's sacrifice is still under discussion. One of the most distinctive and characteristic images decorating Shang Dynasty bronze vessel in the so-called Tao Tie, as you know. The primary attribute of this frontal animal-like mask is permitted part of the air, often protruding in high relief between the ear in a nose, often with nostril and the base. Tao Tie can also include jaw and fan, horse, ear, and eyebrow. So below, we call Tao Tie. This is Tao Tie. Is Tao Tie. Tao Tie. Ear and nose, Tao Tie and mouth. This masked animal on the bronze vessel in Shang and Zhou period. Shang and Western Zhou bronze script may thus be considered far from complex than the script on the workbook. Now I'm going to end my word today. If you have any question, please write to me. Thank you, everyone.